Next question number 30. Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. Okay. Uneasy lies the head. Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. Now this is the question. Now this is a phrase also which you can understand that uneasy is always there whenever you are wearing a crown. Okay. This was given by Shakespeare in his play Henry IV. Right. Okay. This was the famous line given by Shakespeare in his play Henry IV. Okay. Now, you have to understand the figure of speech from this given line. The first option was antithesis. The second option was synecdoche. The third was metaphor. Lastly, irony. So the option will be, correct option will be A, that is antithesis. Okay. You can even pronounce this as antithesis. Number 14. I never enjoyed reading Homer during my undergraduate days. I never enjoyed reading Homer during my undergraduate days. Now, this was the question. Okay. Now, Homer means the writer. His writings were not liked by me during my undergraduate days. Okay. This is the question. Now, can you identify the figure of speech from this without the options? Let's think a bit. Okay. If you really can't, then I will definitely provide you the options that were provided. First was A, metonymy. Okay. B was metaphor. C was hyperbole. D was oxymoron. So the answer will be A, that is metonymy. Okay. Now, here the next question is you have to identify the idioms from the following options. That is from question number 15 to 18. Okay, the meaning of the idioms. First was salad days. Okay, salad day is an idiom. There are 4 options given to you. From these 4 options, you have to identify which is the correct meaning of the phrase or the idiom salad days. Now, salad days is a day which is full of mixture like salad. Okay. Firstly, the option given was the time when you are young and do not have much experience of life. Second option was a period of your life when you are mature enough to take your own decisions. Third option was glorious days of your life. The fourth option was the time when you are old and dependent on someone even for your basic needs. Okay. So understanding your salad days, as I told you, it's a mixture and you are young about it. So salad days is the correct option is A. That is the time when you are young and do not have much experience of life. Okay. Now the 16th question. No little love lost between them. Okay. No or little love lost between them. First option is they like each other. Second option, they dislike each other. Third option, they are great friends. Fourth option, they barely interact with each other. So the correct answer will be option B, they dislike each other. they dislike each other. The 17th question was Hobson's choice. Okay. Now, the first option given was a situation in which one has no choice but to accept whatever is offered. The second option was a situation which allows a range of choices within particular categories. The third option was one foregoes one's right to choose. And the fourth option was lack of choice within an autocratic regime. So the correct option will be a situation in which one has no choice but to accept whatever is offered. Okay. So basically no option. You have to accept whatever is offered. Now talking of the 18th question, that is talk shop. Okay, talk shop. Now you must have heard the word talk shop in your school, college, or in your office, wherever. So you must have heard, this is a very common idiom that we use. So the first option that was given was talk about nonsensical things. Second option, talk exclusively about business or professional matters in the presence of colleagues and others. Third option, to talk about lofty things without taking any action. The fourth option, to talk intermittently. Now the correct option will be B, talk exclusively about business or professional matters in the presence of colleagues and others. So the correct option is B. 18 correct answer is B. Okay, I'll erase this. Okay, now coming to the 19th question. Okay, now these were the idioms. Now we will come to the next set of questions. Turn the following sentences from direct to indirect speech. Direct to indirect. Okay, you have to change it. A direct to indirect using the appropriate option. 19 and 20. So number 19. My elder brother said to me, I have often told you not to play with fire. Okay, I have often told you not to play with fire. Who said this? The elder brother told me. Okay, now you can change the direct to indirect yourself directly. As you know, we solve one word each, we translate that or we convert that from direct to indirect, or you can go through the options also that was provided. But I will advise you, first you change it yourself from direct to indirect, then you tally. The first option given was, my elder brother often told me not to play with fire. The second option, my elder brother reminded me that he has often told me not to play with fire. The third option, my elder brother reminded me that he had often instructed me not to play with fire. The fourth option was, my elder brother reminded me that he has often told me not to play with fire. So the correct option will be C. My elder brother reminded me that he had often instructed me not to play with fire. Okay, so the correct option is C. Now, coming to question number 20, which is another one of direct to indirect speech. So here also I'll read out the question right for you. The teacher said, I do not wish to see any of you. Go away. The teacher said, I do not wish to see any of you go away. Okay, this is the question. Okay, the teacher said, I do not wish to see any of you go away. Okay, now this is what the teacher is saying, go away. Now, as I told you, you can convert this from direct to indirect, or you can follow the ones. Basically, if you don't convert now, you will get confused. The first option was, the teacher exclaimed that he did not wish to see anyone and requested them to go away. Second option, the teacher said that he did not wish to see any of them and ordered them to go away. Third option, the teacher remarked that he would not wish to see anyone and asked them to go away. The fourth option is, the teacher angrily said that he did not wish to see anyone and wanted them to go away. So from this you can understand the correct answer is D. The teacher said angrily that he did not want to see anyone and wanted them to go away. The correct answer is option number D. Okay. Now coming to question number 21. Okay. Now question up till question 19 and 20, this was related to direct and indirect speech. Now question number 21 will have again a next type of variant. Okay, now what variant that is, we are going to see. Okay, question 19 and 20, I hope it is clear. Now coming to the next question. In the following words, 3 are correctly spelled, whereas 1 is misspelled. Choose the incorrect word. That is from question 21 to 23. Okay. The first is effervescence. EFFERVESCENCE. I will write it down for you. See, I have written down the words for you all. You have to be very careful with the words. 21. Effervescence. Reminiscence. Connoisseur. Fortuitous. So the correct answer, wrong spelling is reminiscence. Okay. So the answer is B. Next, coming to question 22. Diphthong, libidinous, naphthalene, sacrilegious. The wrong answer is option number D. That is sacrilegious. Next, coming to question number 23. Exasperated, criminologist, crescendo, impregnable. These are the 4 options. So from here you can identify the wrong spelling is exasperated, which is option number E. Okay. The next question 24. Identify the most appropriate antonym of the word untrammeled. Untrammeled. Now the options given for the word opposite word antonym of untrammeled is, okay, you have to identify the antonym. Firstly, not hampered. B, not restricted by something. C, restricted. And D is unyielding. So the correct option is A, which is not hampered. Okay.